This is 107 American Dad Facts. Number 1. Claes, the German goldfish, was originally going to be Francois, the French goldfish. His voice actor, D. Bradley Baker, told producers during his audition that he wasn't so great at a French accent, and read the lines with a German one instead. The producers were so into it that they retooled the character. Regardless of the accent, it's the longest a goldfish has ever lived. I think that's important to note. Number 2. Stan and Francine have some great tastes in names. Haley's middle name is Dream Smasher. Number 3. Steve's middle name is Anita. Number 4. Roger's voice is based on that of Paul Lynde. He was the rat in Charlotte's Web. Number 5. American Dad was partially inspired by the 1971 show All in the Family. Number 6. The episode Threat Levels was preceded by a viewer discretion warning due to cartoon nudity.
Giggity giggity.
Number 7. Pay attention to the Langley Falls post that Stan is seen reading during the show's opening credits, because the headline changes every episode. Number 8. In some shots of the Smith house, you can spot a yellow ribbon tied around a tree. It represents the family's support of soldiers during wartime and of their safe return home. Number 9. Steve's buddy Snot is based on Booger from the 1984 film Revenge of the Nerds. Dawson Dudley was Booger's real name. Never call him that though. He prefers Booger, I think. Number 10. They even managed to get Curtis Armstrong, who played Booger in the aforementioned film, to voice Snot. Number 11. Explaining the animation side of the show, Barker has said that, quote, 50 or so animators from the Fox Animation Group are involved. Number 12. Steve was originally going to be voiced by Ricky Blitt, but halfway through production, Blitt was switched to Scott Grimes. Number 13. The voice change came hand in hand with a design change. Steve was going to be much geekier and gawky, but changed to be more attractive and comparable to Neil Goldman from Family Guy. Number 14. Speaking of Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane, the creator of the series, is also a co-creator of American Dad. He also co-created The Cleveland Show. Number 15. Seth MacFarlane also voices Stan. Can someone just give this guy a Lifetime Achievement Award for voice acting and creating shows in general? Number 16. If you pay attention during the show's opening sequence, you can see Barry, Toshi, and Snot peering into an adult store. Number 17. Klaus's voice is based on that of Peter Lorre. Number 18. In the episode Stan Knows Best, Haley says she's 18 years old. That means she was born in either 1986 or 1987. She may be the youngest to ever unionize homeless men. I don't know. Maybe there's something there. Number 19. Francine's birthday is on September 26 and she weighs 109 pounds. Number 20. There is dispute involving the allotment of episodes to seasons for the show. One model goes with the first season of American Dad, comprising of 7 episodes, while the second model goes with the first season, comprising of 23 episodes. Number 21. The series premiered following Fox's coverage of Super Bowl 39. Number 22. That was February 6, 2005. That was right after Paul McCartney exposed his breast on the Super Bowl halftime show. Number 23. The uniform officer found in the Underdog Productions logo that appears at the end of episodes says a small assortment of different things from episode to episode.
Bye, have a beautiful time.
Number 24. For some episodes, the opening is severely cut down and the final few seconds of animation are all that remain. Number 25. Steve's high school is named after singer/actress Pearl Bailey, a tribute to her from Seth MacFarlane. Number 26. Stan is allergic to shellfish. Number 27. The episode Stan's Best Friend is dedicated to Freddie Fenner, the dearly departed dog of American Dad producer, writer, and voice actor Jonathan Fenner. Number 28. In the episode White Rice, it's revealed that Haley had a twin sister named Bailey who died because Stan didn't have the pair vaccinated. This is contradicted by the episode The Most Adequate Christmas Ever, which shows that Haley was born in Africa without a twin. Number 29. Many of the show's opening gags are satirical jabs at American society, not unlike shows such as The Daily Show, John Oliver, just regular network news. Number 30. American Dad is owned by Underdog Production and Fuzzy Door Productions. Number 31. It's associated with 20th Century Fox. Number 32. The Smith family lives in Northern Virginia at 43 Cherry Street in Langley Falls. Langley Falls is a fictional community made up of mostly fabricated stories, not unlike DC. Number 33. In her first appearance, Akiko Yoshida, the younger sister of Toshi Yoshida, seems to be a young child. However, the next time she appears appears in the show, she's old enough to be attending high school with Steve. Number 34. The series has been running for 12 seasons, with a 13th scheduled to premiere this year on TBS. Number 35. Stan wears a toupee. When he was younger, he had terrible acne and tried an experimental drug that made all of his hair fall out. Number 36. Upon its release, there were complaints that American Dad was too similar to Family Guy. Actually, the show was meant to replace Family Guy, which had been off the air for a few years when American Dad was conceived. However, right around the time American Dad finally started to air, Family Guy returned. Number 37. After American Dad's 10th season finished airing, Fox decided to cancel the series. Number 38. It was picked up for an 11th season by TBS. Adult Swim, a sister channel to TBS, airs episodes right after the show on TBS. Number 39. The first episode of American Dad is also the most watched, with 15.1 million viewers. It may seem like a high number, but it's actually quite low when you compare it to other shows that have aired right after the Super Bowl. For example, in 2009, The Office garnered 22.9 million viewers. Number 40. After its first episode, the next new episode of American Dad didn't air for 3 months. The number of viewers dropped to 9.47 million. That's a model for success. Let's air this, hide the rest, dodge the questions, and then, just as people have forgotten what they saw or if they liked it, we bring it back to medium fanfare. Number 41. It was announced in November 2013 that co-creator and executive producer Mike Barker would be leaving the show. On top of creative differences, Barker felt production wasn't running as smoothly as it should be. His duties were taken over by co-creator Mike Wiseman. Number 42. Mike Barker revealed that the writers of American Dad come up with a lot of ideas by listening to music. He also revealed that the writer's favorite vegetable is mushrooms. Number 43. This stems from Mike Barker attending the 2008 Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival. After watching the rock band My Morning Jacket perform a 4-hour set during a rainstorm, Barker felt that music would be able to inspire some great plot lines for American Dad. Also, the brown acid was in effect. Number 44. Louisville-based rock band Wax Fang has inspired some of the show's stories. Barker has described their songs as, quote, inherently cinematic. Number 45. The American Dad team is always ahead of the game. It's estimated that they have a queue of 20 to 40 unaired episodes finished that only require minor touch-ups before they can be shown.
Hey everyone, I'm taking over for Dan for a quick minute to tell you about 60 Degrees, a pilot for a new show that you may have missed. It's pretty cool. There's a link right here, and if you check it out, let us know if you like it, and we'll make more of them. And now back to Dan and more facts.
Number 46. Writers on the show need to make sure their scripts are timeless episodes, because what they write may very well air 2 years later. On the occasions they add jokes related to contemporary issues, they just have to hope they'll still be relevant by the time the episode is broadcast. For example, they can always use a Kardashian joke. Number 47. American Dad's voice actors insist on recording their parts separately, but not because they don't get along. On the contrary, they get along too well. When they get together, they talk about things unrelated to work and get nothing done. Number 48. Here's a fact to illustrate just how close the cast of American Dad can be. Did you know that Seth MacFarlane's sister Rachel MacFarlane is the voice of Haley? He has a sister for a daughter. Number 49. In 2013, American Dad won the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers Award for Top Television Series. Number 50. Beginning with the show's 5th season, the newspaper headline clip in the show's opening credits was replaced with Roger riding a car with Stan. Roger wears a different outfit each episode. Number 51. At Comic-Con on July 20th, 2013, Mike Barker revealed that an American Dad film centered around Roger and set on his home planet might come to be. However, since Barker's exit from the series a few months following this, there has been no further mention of a movie. Number 52. Avery Bullock, Stan's boss, is voiced by Patrick Stewart, who played Captain Picard on Star Trek The Next Generation. Whenever they can make it work, writers have Bullock say Picard-esque lines. Number 53. Creators also insert subtle visual gags in reference to Captain Picard. For example, Avery Bullock has Picard's distinctive fish tank in his home. He also shows a device on one episode that's exactly like a holodeck from Star Trek. When Stan points out the similarity, Avery angrily retorts that he doesn't know what Star Trek is. Number 54. When trying to get Stan to put him back in a human body, Claes says he'll get a job making animal sounds. This is a pointer to his voice actor D. Bradley Baker, who does just that. In fact, you may recognize him as both Momo and Appa in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Number 55. Here's another voice actor gag in the show. In separate episodes, it's been shown that Roger and Stan are awful at trying to imitate one another's voices. In reality, they're both voiced by the same actor, Seth MacFarlane, who no doubt has voices arguing in his head all the time. Number 56. Steve has sung the song Sunset Boulevard on the show, which is fitting when you realize his voice actor, Scott Grimes, is its co-writer and original performer. Number 57. Steve has also said that the films Critters and Critters 2 are crappy. Scott Grimes acted in both of them. Number 58. Despite being based on a character from Revenge of the Nerds, Snot has never seen the movie. He's missing out. He'd learn a lot about how to play poker, pick up chicks, and smoke tons of pot from Booger. Number 59. Haley's husband, Jeff Fisher, is voiced by none other than Jeff Fisher. The character even resembles the actor who's a friend of co-creator Seth MacFarlane. Number 60. The episode Minstrel Krampus was originally scheduled to air on December 16th, 2012. After the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, it was pulled from the show's lineup and didn't air until almost a year later. Number 61. If something sounds off about Reggie the Koala, it may be because the character's voice actor was switched. Eric Durbin, a producer, writer, and voice actor for the show, took over the role from Donald Fullylove. Number 62. Akiko was originally voiced by Gray Delisle, who you may know as Vicky from The Fairly OddParents or Azula from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Number 63. Any of That 70 Show fans watching? Actually, Laura Prepon was going to voice Haley Smith before she was replaced by Rachel McFarlane. Number 64. Roger was originally conceived to be similar to the TV character Alf. He was going to spend all day at home making comments about the world, but creators felt it would be funnier for him to go out in disguises and have his own stories. Number 65. If creators had gone with their original plans for Roger, he would have been stuck in the house for all of season 1. Then in season 2, he'd get fed up and start trying on disguises. In season 3, the disguises would fail and Roger would be revealed in public, causing a giant media scandal. But by season 4, everyone would be used to aliens and stop caring, causing Roger to try and gain back the spotlight with schemes. Then in season 6, Roger would get back together with Diane before realizing his real love was the bar. Number 66. American Dad has had crossovers with both Family Guy and the now canceled Cleveland Show. Number 67. Bart Simpson makes a cameo appearance in the episode Faking Bad. Number 68. Roger is a great drummer because he has no bones in his arms. Number 69. When season 9 was airing, Fox made a big deal about American Dad's 150th episode, which they declared to be Lost in Space. Actually, Lost in Space is the show's 151st episode. The real 150th episode was Full Cognitive Redaction of Avery Bullock by the coward Stan Smith, which aired a week prior without any of the pomp and circumstance. Number 70. The Family Guy episode Blue Harvest includes a wide range of sci-fi Easter eggs. Roger can be seen in the Mos Eisley Cantina among other popular characters like Futurama's Bender. He also shows up at the start of the Family Guy episode It's a Trap. Number 71. American Dad began airing mid-season, so its initial run was only 7 episodes long. Later seasons are closer to 20 episodes in length. Number 72. Seth MacFarlane is the face most commonly associated with American Dad, but he actually didn't get it at first. He helped a lot in getting the show going, but once Family Guy was revived from its cancellation, his focus and effort went back to that show. Fellow co-creators of American Dad, Mike Barker and Matt Wiseman, also weren't too sure what the show's unique voice was at the start, but discovered it as they went along. As the show moved forward, becoming progressively more weird, Seth MacFarlane grew more and more excited about it and increased his involvement. Number 73. Stan's drink of choice is Mr. Pibb. He particularly enjoys it when it's medium-sized. Number 74. Francine's favorite drink? Also Mr. Pibb. She and Stan are just a match made in heaven. Number 75. Stan's voice is based on announcers from 1950s American anti-communist propaganda films. Number 76. Stan is similar to the lead character from the 80s show Sledgehammer. Both of them have the odd habit of talking to their guns. Number 77. Speaking of guns, Stan's is a Kel-Tec P11 9mm. Number 78. Stan is 6 feet tall and weighs 195 pounds. Some of his special skills are a Jamaican accent, moonwalking, and stage magic. Number 79. The episode Wiener of Our Discontent reveals that Stan is allergic to shellfish, but he's seen eating lobster in Family Affair, because he's a man who takes risks, you know? Number 80. As you'd expect, Stan is a fan of the Washington Redskins, guaranteeing himself annual disappointment. Number 81. The show's sound designer, Sean Ian Kirchhoff, owns a DeLorean and was the main source of inspiration for the episode DeLorean Story in Seth MacFarlane also has a DeLorean, complete with a flux capacitor. Number 82. The episode All About Steve came about when a writer on the show, Dave Hemison, came into the office and revealed that he might have to get braces. Number 83. Scott Grimes, the voice of Steve, has said that Klaus is his favorite character because, quote, D. Bradley Baker is outstanding. Number 84. Klaus's last name, Heisler, is taken from the writer Keith Heisler. Number 85. In the episode Bar Mitzvah Hustle, Stan walks off the set and Klaus can be seen in his dish in front of a green screen. At one point, the intention was for Klaus's voice actor D. Bradley Baker to emerge from the fish costume. Number 86. Klaus tends to break the fourth wall and often remarks on his lack of activity in episodes. Number 87. The move to TBS allowed Haley to become the first American Dad character to swear uncensored during broadcast. Number 88. American Dad has been nominated for 2 Emmys and 2 Annie Awards. Number 89. Toshi only speaks Japanese and Russian, though his parents and sister can also speak English. Number 90. Steve is the only member of his family who hasn't smoked marijuana. Number 91. Klaus's grandfather was a train conductor at the Auschwitz Zoo. Number 92. D. Bradley Baker would like to see Klaus start a fish stick company. Number 93. If you pay attention when Klaus makes appearances in his human form, his hair on his head often resembles a fish. It's actually known as Trump hair. Number 94. When he was a teenager, Stan worked at a White Castle and swept hair. Number 95. Steve, Toshi, Snot, and Barry have known one another since they were toddlers. Number 96. Klaus writes fan fiction about Stan and Francine. Number 97. Barker and Wiseman once said that their goal was to create laughter combined with groans and to go over the line. The perfect Macfarlane formula. Number 98. If Roger doesn't get his, quote, bitchiness out, it will poison him. Symptoms include cramps, pains, headaches, vomiting, gunk being released through the side of the head, weakness, severe skinniness, and pale flaking skin. Number 99. Roger has a reproductive cycle during which he produces breast milk and lays an egg inside a host through oral contact. Number 100. Members of Roger's species undergo puberty when they're 1,601 years old. Number 101. Roger's heart is in his left buttock, and his genitals are under his left armpit. He's had as much plastic surgery as a real housewife. Number 102. In the episodes One Little Word and There Will Be Bad Blood, Roger's blood is purple. However, in the episodes Season's Beatings, Ricky Spanish, and Faking Bad, it's red. Number 103. Scott Grimes is rarely able to attend table readings, so producer Eric Durbin fills in for him. Number 104. Grimes once got a hernia from having to record Steve's voice too much. Number 105. Steve's voice is a mixture of SpongeBob SquarePants and Steve Urkel. Number 106. Rather than pop culture references, Barker has said that American Dad derives more from, quote, the human condition and emotions that everyone can relate to. Ego, the feds, etc. And for that reason, I think our humor is a little bit more evergreen. And number 107. After Bush won the 2000 presidential election, Seth MacFarlane and Matt Wiseman were more than displeased. They tried to come up with a creative way to vent their frustrations and came up with American Dad a few years down the line.